Welcome back to the Daily Lift. Today I'm outside enjoying God's beautiful creation in this wonderful fall day, and I couldn't help but meditate on His Word. And the passage that has been sticking with me today, that's been on my mind, is the parable of the lost sheep. And Jesus spoke in parables for many reasons, but specifically for His disciples, so that they would know and understand spiritual truths that would be difficult for us, being finite human beings, to understand. And so He's explaining heavenly things and the heavenly realm in words and in ideas that we can relate to. And in that society at that time, it was all about shepherding and farming and fishing and these sort of things, this agrarian culture. And in the parable of the lost sheep, Jesus teaches us so much about His love and about the love that we should have for each other. And here we have the parable of the shepherd who has 100 sheep and he loses one. And so he leaves the 99 in the safety of the group and he goes off to find that one lost sheep. And he finds him. After a lot of searching, he finds him. And then so he brings him back, lays him on his shoulders, and he brings him back. And there's rejoicing for all who are there, his friends, his family, and I'm sure the sheep are glad to have their number restored. And so in this parable, Jesus says that this is how it is when one sinner repents, that there is rejoicing in the presence of the angels, that God Himself is rejoicing in heaven when one sinner repents. And this parable teaches us so much about the love of God, about the love of Christ, that to us humans, it's not common sense to go off. After we get a 99 on a test, we're not going to be worrying about that one that we missed. We're going to be excited that we got such a high grade. But to God, every soul is valuable. And He will leave the safety to go and risk all to make sure He can bring one back. And this is what He did. If Jesus didn't come back for anybody else but for Adam Diaz, He would have done His job and He would have done it just the same. If Jesus didn't come back for anyone but you, He would have still done it. That's how much He loves us. Because it's not common sense. Our nature is to say 99 is good enough. But Jesus says, not so fast. There are still lost souls out there. And this should get us excited. This should get us motivated to get busy. Because when that lost soul is restored, then this is the other lesson that Jesus is teaching us for this parable. He says that we ought to receive them back. A lot of times when a sinner is restored and we bring them back to our number, we count them as broken. We shouldn't do that. We should make sure that we bring them back. We get them right back, assimilated in, and get them to work. Because the value of our souls, the value of the talents that we have, and the value of the encouragement and the motivation, the cross-pollination that can happen because of somebody, especially those who are wayward. We have so many examples of wayward souls in the Bible, especially Brother Saul, Brother Paul. We see him, the chief of sinners, he calls himself. Yet he is able to be restored to the Lord and do great work for the kingdom. And each of us can do the same. And so in this parable, we learn so many things. First off, we learn about the love of God. In His love, we are able to be saved. We were at one point that lost sinner. Now we have an opportunity to be welcomed back into the fold. And when we are in the fold, when we are that 99, we have a responsibility to that one that He's bringing back. That we need to welcome them back in. We need to love them and we need to put them to work. So maybe you're that one that you were trying to find your way back. Don't give up. Come back. Jesus is looking for you. And if you are at this time, the 99, make sure you're waiting and willing with open arms for that one that's trying to get back. So we can make it as easy as possible for them to get back because we ought to be trying to lift each other up.